Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Year of the Book, where we are documenting our writing journey and all the bumps along the way. This is my first writing session since coming back from holiday, and I do feel a little bit lost, I guess. Now that's probably because I had a week off. I didn't do any writing during my holiday. I didn't plan to. I purposefully did not take my laptop away with me because honestly, every time I open my laptop, I do have a kind of a surge of anxiety about work. Even when I'm opening it to write, that's usually because I haven't closed all my work tabs, predictably. So I see them like looming back at me and I'm like, "Argh." So anyway, didn't take my laptop. Didn't do any writing, did enjoy my holiday, and enjoyed being present in a different place. And now I want to get back to my writing. Now, I think another issue is that I spent the past 2 months or so focusing on editing stories and submitting them to different magazines and anthology calls. So I haven't really done any writing, by which I mean kind of first drafts or working on any new stories or doing any like substantial redrafting and editing. It's been a lot of like tweaking and a lot of kind of iterative rounds of editing and getting things ready. And then during that period, I've also started to get my first rejections coming through, which is fine. But I think a kind of a combination of those three things of time off, a lot of time editing and submitting, and the rejections, I think that is making me feel a bit lost. And you know, there's a danger here, especially for someone like me who has ADHD as well, is I can feel myself, or rather I can feel part of my brain going, okay, I guess we're done with this project now, moving on. I can feel myself wanting to like abandon everything, essentially. I'm going to be honest with you here. That is partly what my brain is trying to do. And that is probably to do with having a bit of rejection sensitivity dysphoria. It's probably to do with experiencing kind of imposter syndrome and sort of, you know, all that kind of thing. So I am battling against that a little bit. I think it's also because I've been kind of reading more, and I've been trying especially to read short stories and flash on the magazines online that are free, that you can openly access. And honestly, I just read some freaking amazing stories, right? And I think reading the really good stories just made me think, oh, my writing is kind of shit, essentially. And it's not because I think it is objectively shit, but when I read these prize-winning stories, I'm like, okay, it's relatively speaking shit. Now, it may not even be relatively shit, right? Because I know that I'm experiencing, like I said, like imposter syndrome and sort of very heavy self-critique, which is something that I do. Now, what I want this to make me do is I would love it to like push me to work more on my stories. Like reading really good stories has also made me think, oh, well, I can see how like in this story that I've written, I could do like deeper interiority in this character, or I can see another way that I could tweak that narrative and I could develop it in a much more interesting or nuanced way. All this kind of thing. So it's obviously really important inspiration, but it has made me kind of hate on myself a little bit as well. And I'm not saying this for like sympathy or anything. I'm just saying it. It's just how I'm feeling at the moment, basically. So I'm battling a little bit with that. And I do think it's also because it's been a while since I've been doing the writing. So I do want to get back into the writing bit. But I also still have like lots of sort of submission plans in my head. And I also have now like a set of stories that are in first or second draft mode. And I can't really decide what to work on. Like, my sort of motivation and desire is changing directions a lot. So I'm struggling to know what to focus my energy on. And I'm about to start writing this evening, and I still haven't decided what I want to do. I want to do something more substantively writing-y. I want to do something that's going to bring me joy and bring me back to that place of enjoying writing. But at the same time, I do still want to keep preparing things to submit them to different calls as well, because that also motivates me. So this is all just a very long and rambling way to say I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. And to say that I am like not my commitment, but I can feel my motivation wavering, right? And I do think that is very much ADHD related. So I need to find a way to support myself through that. So it is important that I keep doing things regularly. It's important that I don't kind of overcommit to doing anything massive. And it's important that I find things that continue to energize me and bring me joy in my writing. So I don't know what I'm going to write tonight. I might do something that is like more substantive editing so that it feels creative, rather than something that's already more developed. I also mentioned in my recent short that I don't really know what to do like after a rejection. I don't know whether I should revise those stories or whether you just send them out to like dozens of different calls or magazines. I genuinely don't know what that process is. Like, the rejections I've got have just been form rejections, so there's no feedback there. And what I'm used to writing academic articles, so when you submit something to an academic journal, it sometimes will get desk rejected, where that's when the editors just reject it straight away, or they'll put it through to peer review and it will be reviewed anonymously by 2 or more experts in that area, and then they will write reviews and they will make a recommendation, and they'll recommend, accept, major revisions, minor revisions, or reject. So you're then getting quite substantive feedback on what you've written in your manuscript. So you then need to go and work that feedback in, and you need to respond to the reviewers. So because I'm kind of used to that, I feel like I don't really know what to do with just form rejections, like where to go, because I feel like, that means that there must be something wrong with it, so I must need to do more work on it. But actually, I don't know if that's the reason for the rejection. It could just be that it's kind of outside the scope. It just doesn't meet the standards. I just don't know. So I'm kind of in the dark a little bit there, so I'm a bit uncertain how to proceed. So should I keep working on those stories that just got rejected, that are like submission ready? Or should I go into something that is not submission ready, that's in a first draft, and work on it more substantively to get it ready for submission? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're about to find out. Okay, so it's now 11 o'clock and I'm pretty tired. My eyes are dry. It's also really, really hot in this bedroom now, I feel. Ugh. Anyway, I found a story to work on. It's one of the, what I think of as like the old stories, the ones I started around 2012. And it was in second draft, but still needed quite a bit of kind of shortening and tightening, so that's what I've tried to do. And I've now just gone ahead and submitted it. I kind of decided that was going to be my goal for the evening. Hi, Noodle. You okay? Cat. Hi. Yeah. So that's done now. It's gone. I sent it to The Dark, which is a horror magazine that I've been wanting to send something for a while. And I kind of was umming and ahhing about what story to send them. And then I realized, like, they're known for incredibly fast response times, like 48 hours. So, you know, if they don't like it, they'll just reject it in a couple of days. Like, it doesn't matter, really, does it? So, and I can submit something else that's maybe more suitable to them. So I realized there was no need to kind of agonize about what to send them specifically, because I knew I wasn't going to be waiting ages to hear from them. So that's it. In the end, despite all my misgivings at the start of the evening, it was kind of quite easy to get back into it. I was enjoying it. I was very focused, despite being kind of tired at the end of the day. So I feel like that sort of hesitancy that I talked about earlier, that kind of dissipated once I started actually working on a story again, essentially. I'm sure I'll still have all those kind of intrusive thoughts about my motivation and whether to just abandon everything. But for now, they're gone. So that's it for this evening. I'm looking forward to my next writing session later this week. I don't know what I'm going to do for that either, but I'd love to have you here with me. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and join us on the writing journey. I'll see you soon. Bye.